It's a gray day today, but I'm leaving the lights off so I don't get any shadows and stuff. Okay, and my little workbench on my brand new countertops. But I got a piece of cardboard stuck down here first, because the last thing I want is this plumber's putty to get all over. Okay, so I've got to take this apart, and just loosen this up. This is how it comes from the store. And just kind of take note on how it works. You'll see it here in a minute. And I'm not sure exactly. Oh, okay, I remember. It's been a while since I've installed one of these, because the last 2 or 3 garbage disposals I had to replace, you just leave the existing one in the sink, and you don't have to replace this whole bit. You can use your old garbage disposal one usually and just twist the other one off. You know what I mean? And then you leave this all in your sink, and when you buy your brand new garbage disposal, yeah, you get this with it, but you end up not using it if you so choose to do it that way. Okay, so there's a split ring in here that holds this from coming off, right? And so I gotta find a screwdriver here and see if I can't get this off. See there? This is what holds that on there. That's kind of slick. That's how I was hoping that basket strainer was going to go. Now, can you see this comes right off? See? Okay. This comes out. This comes out. Okay. This is the part. You got to remember how this goes back together. Okay. This is the part that goes down in the sink. Oh, I thought one side was bent up, but I don't think it is. I think it's okay. This is the part that fits down in the sink. When I put this down, I like to make the words so you can read them. Okay, incinerator, and this says food waste disposer. So when I get over here, I'm going to want to line that up so I can read those words. I could put it in sideways or with the wording upside down. Most people, they probably never even look at yours. Look at yours and see if the installer did it correctly or not. But like I say, it really doesn't matter. It's just a preference thing that I do. Okay, so this is going to go down. This is going to come in underneath. Let's just say this is in the sink now. Okay, this goes up and then this goes up. No rhyme or reason how that goes, see? Okay? Then as you have that up like that, you're going to have to fish this back on here. And you'll see or actually, you're going to have to put this on, okay? And you're going to be pushing that on from upside down. Then you're going to have to slip this on with your hands. And so it's kind of tricky, but you'll be able to do it and snap it on. Okay, let me go ahead. I'll just snap it on here. Okay. Now that's on there, and it twists and everything. And I'm going to end up putting some plumber's putty up in here, and then with this like that from underneath, I'm just going to take that and screw these down. And can you see? When I'm screwing that up tight and up tight and up tight, that's going to suck this straight down, vroom, like that. I don't have to screw it or anything. And then the garbage disposal is going to fit on these nibs right here. You see there's 3 of them. One there, and one there. And you've got those 3 nibs on the top of the garbage disposal. Let's look at this new garbage disposal. Okay, see? One there, one there, one there. See how this twists? And so, well, you actually have that, but it actually fits on this little nib. This is there, so you kind of tap that with your hammer. Okay? So it fits on that little groove thing right there. See? There, there, and there's one over there. And then these go up at an angle. See how it's bigger on the left-hand side and then it's shorter up there. Bigger on the left-hand side, a shorter gap right there, see? So when you put it on there, you fit it on there, and then once you get it on there, before you tighten it up, then you can adjust where your outlets are. You can slide it wherever, because see, this moves, see? Okay? So you can slide this where it goes, and then you tap this up, boom, boom, tap, 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 tap with your hammer. Because I'm going to want those two outlets, because the garbage disposal's over here, I want those two outlets facing exactly straight over to where this basket strainer outlet is, because those two are going to have to hook up together at this location. This one up here is going to be for the dishwasher. And the funny thing is, we don't have a dishwasher yet. The dishwasher is going to be coming in a couple weeks. So what you have to remember is on all garbage disposals, there's a knockout. Let's see if you can see that. There's a plastic, it's plastic in there. It doesn't go all the way through. Because if you don't have a or if you don't have a dishwasher, let's say you don't have a dishwasher at all, and you're going to hook all this stuff up, then you never knock that out, okay? But if you do have a dishwasher, you have to remember to knock that out before you hook up the dishwasher drain from the air gap or whatever to this location. Because if you forget to knock that out, it's your drain or your drain's gonna not drain out properly, obviously, and when you have it on the drain cycle in your dishwasher, or if you have an air gap on top of your sink, that's just gonna be spewing water everywhere because you forgot to knock that out. But in my case, I'm not gonna knock that out just yet, so we can use this sink for 2 or 3 weeks before the new dishwasher is gonna be here. So then, when I get ready to hook up the dishwasher, and I'm going to make a video of all that too, of course I am. Before I hook up the dishwasher drain to here, I got to remember to knock that out, right? And you knock that out, it's just a little plastic goodie, and then you reach down in the garbage disposal and fish it out of there, okay? So, okay, enough of that. You see how this whole assembly works. Now, we're going to get ready to put that plumber's putty on there and get this show on the road. Okay, now that you know all that, let's do this. Let's do it. Okay, so I gotta pull that ring back out of there. There we go. There's the ring. There's this, and all that, and I'm just going to kind of hold that like that. Okay. That'll kind of remind me how it goes together. You got that little ring that fits up first. I don't know if you really need that or not, but it came with it, so I'm gonna use it. Okay. So now I got to wrap this, and some directions tell you to make a line of this and line your sink location. Okay, let's just show you here. Okay, it's going to fit right in there, and see, I'm going to have the wording facing up, and this food waste disposer, so that's going to fit right in there. Okay, like that, and I'll get that kind of lined up, and so I've got to put the putty on this ring, on this rim, okay? Some people tell you, oh, you can just put it around here. You could if you wanted, but I usually just put it on this, okay? I've seen many plumbers do it the same way that I'm showing you, okay? And this stuff is kind of oily, greasy a little bit, not a whole lot, but anyways, plumber's putty, 88 cents for all this. I've already used some of that for the other sink drain outlet that I installed previous right here. If you didn't watch the previous episode, I've got that on there, how I installed that sink strainer basket and everything, okay, into the sink. All right, you can watch that. Maybe you'll learn something, who knows. Okay, so that's why I've got this piece of cardboard here. I don't want to do this right on top of the counter. Then you've got to kind of clean that off. It leaves a oily residue. And you're just being back in school when you were a fourth grader, making things out of Play-Doh, right? Okay. So now I'm going to take that and I'm just going to wrap it around here. Like that. And I can kind of push this wherever I want it, like that, okay? Is that very hard to do? Look at all the extra I have, and I'm not gonna need this for much of anything, but I'm gonna go ahead and push it all together so it stays in one little glob. And next time I need it, I'll have it. But like I say, I very seldom do plumbing to where I have to put something like this in the sink. So next time I need this, when I pull this out, this is probably going to be hard as a rock. If it is, no biggie, go back to the store, get another one, 88 cents. They also have this in a smaller container that said stain-free plumber's putty, $3.50 for a container about 2/3 as big as this for $3.50. Well, you know, years ago, they only had plumber's putty like this. And so that's why I'm using this. I'm not going to spend $3.50. Why? I'll rinse my fingers off later. And I won't get the stuff all over the place or anything. Okay? So now, it's all about putting this back together in sequence, right? Okay? So I'm going to take this. Make sure the wording is right. And I'm just going to leave it right like that. And there's usually about a 1/16 of an inch all the way around, or 3/32 all the way around. And so once I get ready to start tightening this up from underneath, I'll come back here and I'll clean some of the residue off before I get it down all the way. Then if I have to slide it one way or another, I can before I cinch it down. Okay, so now the tricky part is to get underneath there. Since I don't have anybody here, I mean, I got Momi here, she's outside. If I need her, I can have her stand up here and just hold this like this while I'm pushing up from underneath to get this ring on, let's say. But I'm gonna try to do it on my own without her help. Okay, so I'm gonna slip this in from underneath, put this in with this rim, and then I've got to hold that up there. I've got to hold all three of those things up there with one hand as I'm finagling this with my palm and my other hand. And I'm hoping to be able to pull that apart and push it up there. But as I'm doing that, this is probably going to want to pop out of there. So it's going to be kind of tricky for me to do it. I may be able to kind of hold down on this down below as I'm pushing this. I'll try it and see, but if I need Momi, she's out there, and then she can just kind of put some weight on here and help me out for a minute. Okay, so that's my next step. See, you can do this. You do not have to be a plumber.